Education is a major aspect of every child's life. And both the teachers and the parents have a vital role to play in education. Today we'll be talking about the role of parents in education of children. My name is Ibinabo Abam, and this is Frank Talk. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back. To discuss this with me, I have two special guests. Both of them are teachers with years of experience in the education sector. They work with children and teachers, and today they'll be sharing their thoughts and concerns with us. I have here with me Mrs. Anne Oluwatimileyin. She's a proprietress and a seasoned educationist. You're welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Also, I have with me today Ms. Choma Wanko. She is also a teacher. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Ma, firstly, let's talk about the importance of education to any child. Ma, you've been a teacher and you run a school. What are your thoughts about how important education is?
To begin with, there's no game saying the fact that education is very important to children. A lot of people tend to limit education to how well a child can read and write and how they pass exams. But education basically is much more than that. It goes beyond that to see how the child communicates with his world and understands it. A good education should help a child broaden its horizon, help the child interact socially with other people, and above all, a good education should help a child make decisions for themselves. Now, a child that is exposed to the four walls of a school should be able to determine or distinguish between right and wrong and purpose in their hearts as much as lies in their ability to do the right thing. And we see this scenario playing out across the country, different parts of the country. You find areas where you have low enrollments of children in school recording high crime rates, high crime children rates. And the reason for that is because these children, they are not able to think for themselves. They are not able to decide what they want. They usually, most times, are under the influence of the adults around them. And that is because they don't know any better. So you see that it is important. The importance of education cannot be overemphasized. Education creates social stability and financial security. Basically, I would just sum up by saying that education is the key to a brighter future for the Nigerian child.
Oh wow, thank you so much, ma'am. That was so enlightening. She said education is a key to a brighter future for a Nigerian child. Okay, let's talk about the role of parents in a child's education. Is it just about paying school fees and leaving the rest to the teacher to handle? Ms. Choma, please, let's hear your thoughts.
Okay, thank you for that question. I think that is a very vital question. And then the role of a parent basically is that a parent is a child's first teacher. And being the child's first teacher, it means you have the opportunity, because actually it's a privilege to have a child. So it's an opportunity for you to groom the child. You have to model the child to what you want that child to be. And that doesn't just end when the child starts going to school, because some parents just feel they just relax because, okay, this child has started school, so everything should just be basically school and the rest. No, this needs to continue. You need to be in communication with your child's teacher. In fact, most times parents don't even know their child's performance in school. And how do you help that child? The home fund. The child comes home with home fund. I've seen cases where a child comes home, we send the child home with home fund. The child practically comes back the next day to school with the same home fund undone. So
Will the teacher follow the child back home to do their home fun? No, that is where the role of the parent comes in education. You have to monitor your child's progress in school. You have to follow up in home fun, helping the child. And then when there's a function in school, you have to come and support your child. Recently, there was an activity in the school, and the child's parent was supposed to show up, you know, like, wow, thank you, celebrate and take pictures with the child, but the parent didn't come, and the child was feeling so left out, while other parents, you know, they were there with the whole paparazzi and all that, but the child was feeling so gloomy. Why? Because the parent wasn't there. So you need to be in your child's life. Don't just leave it for the teacher. See, the teacher has work to do, yes, but it just has to do with the four corners of the classroom. Anything outside that in your home, you need to take charge of that. You need to attend function. You need to monitor your child's progress in school. And when your child comes home from school, ask questions. What did you learn today? What is this? You are also helping the child build confidence of his or herself. So the role of a parent to a child in education is very vital. You need to be in your child's life. Don't be too busy. Don't say, oh, after all, I've paid school fees, so whatever happens in your education should be hanged on your teacher. No, there's a limit to how far a teacher can go in grooming a child. So first of all, I said the parent is the child's first teacher. Now, you cannot be a teacher if you don't role model yourself, if you don't present yourself in such a way that the child can see you and model you. And most times, what children do in school, most time it comes from the home. So how do you model for your child? And what do you want your child to exhibit to the public, to the world out there? It starts from the home. So you need to be in your child's life, follow up the progress, communicate with your child's teacher. Let there be a synergy between the both of you. Know your child's progress, know how far your child, ask questions. Is it doing okay here? Is it, what can we do? How do I come in? How do I support? Don't just dump everything on the teacher. Thank you very much.
Just to add to what she has said about the role of a teacher in education. The role of parents in the education of their children. One thing she mentioned, which I'm going to, happen, is that the role of the parent is both responsive and unending. She kept saying that you have to, follow up. You see, apart from giving support to the child in homework, in projects, and mentoring and monitoring the child, areas where parents appear most times to be lacking in terms of their child's or their ward's education is in terms of attendance. Now you find that in schools, maybe school resumes at 8, lesson starts at 8:30, and you find some parents coming in at 9 o'clock. You also find occasions where parents come to pull out the children from school midway through the day, and sometimes they stay away for as much as 2 weeks, and then when the child does the exams and don't do well, they blame the teachers and they blame the school. So it is very important, attendance. The child does not have control over when he or she is in school. That control lies with the parents, and so parents should take responsibility in that regard. Parents should take responsibility in that regard to ensure that their children get to school on time. Then another thing I would like to add is that parents act as a role model. I think she touched on it, but I just want to expand on it a bit. You find that the children copy or kind of replicate, that's the word, replicate the attitude and the opinions of parents towards school and learning. And so that's why I say parents should act as role models. If the attitudes or the, let me use the word attitude, if the attitudes of parents towards learning and education is positive, you find that children tend to have a positive attitude towards school. But if the parents, these people have come again with homework, These people again have come with projects. Am I the one supposed to be doing this work for the child and things like that? If they say that the child becomes negative towards the school, and all these invariably will impact on the child's academic performance. I will just close with a short quote. Research has it that 50% of the academic at school is due mainly to external factors outside of the school, and that includes parental control.
And then when you said something that it has to do with the parents. You role model, and you know that when at a point where the children exhibit some kind of thing, some parents are so quick to dump it on the teacher. Oh, where did you get this from?
Yes,
I'm sure it's from the school. You know teachers are I really
dumping grounds.
We've become a dumping ground for so many things, but well, it's part of the job. We take it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Wow. My guests have said a lot. Children bringing home funds back home, and the parents don't even care about it. The parents don't know our teachers. All they do is just pay school fees, and they leave the rest on the teachers. Now teachers have just become dumping grounds. Please get involved in our schoolwork. So, Ma, I know you run a school. So what are the challenges as a proprietress and as a teacher that you have in your school?
Okay, in answering that question first, I would like to clarify. I wouldn't call it challenges. I'll call them interactions. Interactions with parents, because basically when parents complain, we don't look at them as complaints. We look at them as the voice of the parents. And so they are actually stepping stones to improving our service. Having said that, we do have dissatisfied parents, but where you have trained your teachers in customer service and service delivery, you are able to, let's say, nip such complaints in the bud, or even prevent them from happening. Now we have, in most schools, you have the PTA, you have complaints channels set up to ensure that the best is given to the children. You will find out that these parents will be more constructive in their criticisms. I said we'll not call them challenges, we'll call them interactions. And so you find that you have the opportunity to interact with parents. You know, most time as a teacher or as a school administrator, you feel that you are doing the right thing. But until you hear the voice of the parents, you will not know where you are falling short. So having said that, once you know the weaknesses of the children, you begin to do the interventions and draw the attention of the parents to the weaknesses in the child from the onset. And once you keep drawing the attention that we need to, focus on this child, he's weak here, you keep pulling the attention of the parents, you will find that at the end of the day, perchance the child doesn't do well, they'll be too ashamed to come to you to say, my child didn't do well, because they will remember how you were chasing after them throughout the term. So that is one of the ways some schools mitigate against this complaint. So basically, I've said they are not challenges, they are interactions. If you are able to identify these areas, health and safety, if you are able to identify these areas where parents are likely to be dissatisfied and mitigate against them from, you don't wait till the end of the term. Basically, like I said before, it depends on how you train your staff. And if you are able to, train yourself, you're not likely to have those challenges per se. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And to answer your questions, or to throw more light to that, children are in stages, and as their ages are, that is how we are going to address it now. For the children, for the toddlers, they can't help themselves like that, so we still need the support of our beloved parents. There are so many activities online. It's not just about giving them pads and going on the internet. There are so many Montessori activities on the internet that can aid them to, you know, improve on themselves, their fine motor skills. There are so many, so many activities, and you can get these things with things in the kitchen, things in your living room. You don't really need to break a bank to do that. And then for those who can actually read and help themselves, I encourage children today, I encourage you to read. If you have a home phone, try to do it. If you don't understand, ask questions. It's a journey. Don't feel left out. Don't feel, oh, I don't know this thing, oh, my teacher is going to spank me, or oh, my friends are going to laugh at me, oh, I'm not going to make good grades. No, you need to believe in yourself.
Yes.
Work hard, read, study. If you don't understand, ask questions. Even if you don't understand the home phone and basically your parents may not be there to help you, come back to your teacher. We love you. That is why we are here. We love you. Don't see us as monsters. Hello, we are not monsters. We are your friends. So come back to us. But we need to see the seriousness in you. You need to show that, oh, I really want to learn this. I don't understand, but I want to. We need to see that persistence in you. Then we can offer help. That is why we are there for you. We oblige parents. Please, it's not just by giving them the screen. What are they watching on the screen matters too. There are so many activities, like I say, online. The internet is your friend's parent. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
She has said everything.
Yes.
But just to add a little to what she has said, children in the upper grades, let me address them. You need to be more disciplined. You need to tell yourselves that I can do this. Now, first thing, ensure you pay attention in class, because if you don't pay attention, there's no way you can do the homework. And if you are not able to do the homework, then you begin to lack self-confidence. I don't know it. So if you pay attention, then you have a foundation to build on for the next topic.
Yes.
So pay attention in class. Do your homework. Like she has said, if you are having difficulty, approach your teacher. They are more than willing, to assist you and help you get over whatever challenge you are having in class. I mentioned discipline, and what I mean by that is you must cut down on TV and cartoon times. You'll find that most children, once they close from school and they get home, the next thing is cartoon. And parents, you have to make sure that they do not stay on those cartoons.
Yes.
Some of them stay in school and have extra tutoring. And maybe the teacher will help them to do their homework. After that, once they get home, they're watching cartoon and they stay there as late as 9 o'clock. They come to school the next day and they are sleeping. So you see the role of self-discipline. You are old enough. You should be able to tell yourself the truth and say, no, enough of not knowing what's going on in school. I want to make changes.
Yeah.
Now, if you do make these changes, paying more attention, cutting down on TV time, you begin to see improvements in your academics. It's as easy as that. In education, we say no child is a dullard. No child is a dunce. In education, we say every child can, achieve good grades. It's just grades. It just depends on the mindset of the child and the amount of support, they get from home and their parents. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, this has been such an enlightening discussion. Thank you so much to my very special guests, Mrs. Anne Oluwatimilei, who is the proprietress of Frankville Learning Academy. Thank you so much, ma'am. And Ms. Chioma Wanko, who is a teacher at WSFA at Apple. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
To all the parents out there, please get involved in our schoolwork. Train us, love us, take care of us. Be involved. Please don't let us use our phones too much. Don't let us use TV too much. Don't spoil us. We don't want to be indulged. We want to be trained. And lastly, I want to tell you to be disciplined, Face your schoolwork. Believe in yourself. Your teachers are your friends. Nobody is a dollar. Pay attention. Do your home fun. Do your assignment. Do your schoolwork well. And get good grades. God has put something in you. You have a talent. You are made for more. God bless you. Bye.